Hello, this is a little review video for the MOOER GL100 looper. I'm really pleased with this so far. It has a few problems, most notably in the software. The downloadable software is not very good at all, but there's a lot under the hood here to work with. So I'm just going to give you a quick run through and show you some of the things that you can do with it. So the basic menu function is you just tap that and bring up the menus. So you have, I'll scroll back here. I don't know if you can see that. I'm not in focus. There we go. So the first is capacity. So it's showing I've used 3 minutes of 300, so plenty of space there. This is your play mode. So when you're triggering through the recording or playback, you have record, play, dub, or you can select the second option of record, dub, play. There's the stop mode, so you can stop immediately, have a fade in, fade out short or fade out long. Input setting is either stereo or mixed. Your drum output is either mixed or split. Your drum match, which is kind of a neat feature that doesn't really work especially well, but basically if you have a small discrepancy in your loop times, this can help correct it a little bit. It's almost like not beat detective. I forget what it was in Pro Tools they used to have. It was a sort of like a beat consolidator. It's similar to that. It does not work especially well. But then there's the reset, which is obviously just deleting everything. So now this is something that caught me off guard the first time through. I got through into this menu. I was like, well, how do I get back out? Well, that's when I realized it's a touch screen. So you just touch menu, return, and then you're back. I'll get the drum machine here for you just so you can have an idea. There's a ton of different features. There's 11 different genres. So you have pop, funk, blues, rock, metal, jazz, etc., etc., etc. And each one of those has 20 different patterns. So for example, if we just go 1-1, it's pretty good. You can do different, whoops. And you can change all the parameters as you see fit. And you can change the beats per minute. You also can do that with the tap tempo button, but I find that's not very reliable, so I just usually use the dial and do it that way. Moving on here. So actually, you can use this just as a drum machine, which is kind of fun. It's a nice function that you can just plug in if you want to. You don't have to have any other pedals on. You can just use this as a pure drum machine, and some of the beats are really cool. I like them a lot. So obviously, just using that. So it's a nice little practice tool, and you can go up. I forget the limits on the beats, but it's a nice little tool to have at your disposal. So I'll go back out, and I've recorded a few loops already, and I'll just go through those really quick. So there's this one. This is just a couple of them are just like basic, like a basic loop and then a quick overdub. So just a little 8-second loop. Then there's this one. So I like that. It's a kind of just a little odd rhythm, but it's something to work with if you want to lay in chords. And this is a really great tool if you want to work with songwriting, if you want to work on like adding bass lines to songs, work on guitar solos. This is a really great little device. So something like this, where I could add in a little bit of a chordal thing over the top. I'm going to take the volume down a bit. So something like that, it's a nice way to develop your songwriting. And now I'll move on to another loop here. Okay, this is a variation on an old Paul Gilbert song called Hurry Up. And I just put this on here so I could work on little solos and things like that. So I'll just, it's a great way to find little melodies. Again, moving on, here's another loop. So this one, obviously I've used a drum machine because I want to get more of a rock feel. And this is a lot of fun, again, to work on solos. If you want to record something over top of it, you can then, I'll just do it quickly. So I'll let it play. So I'll just, now I'll record it. Now, if I don't like that, which I don't, you can just long press this, and you can get rid of that completely, and you can start over again. So again, my rhythm was way off there. Now I'll try again and just record. So that's how you do it. It's really easy to navigate. One of the things you can have to work on a little bit is using the volume to balance out your loops. With the last one you heard there, that when you record the next loop over the bass, it kind of gets buried in the background. You can work with some of that using the volume, but loopers are just going to do that anyway. There's really no way to avoid that. But anyhow, as far as things I don't like, as I said, I already mentioned the software, which is not the best. It's really, really limited, and it's very clunky. I hope they devote more time into working with that, because this pedal is capable of a great deal, and it's just not fully realized. Also, the touch screen is kind of, some things it works with and some things it doesn't, and you kind of get confused at times as you're trying to page through menus. But the other thing I would mention too is this is plastic. I expected, for the price, I thought it was going to be metal, but it's actually just plastic. It feels very, very tough. There's no great issue there, but it is a bit disappointing to see it just as a plastic casing. And as a result, I don't think I would ever take this to gig with. As good as it is a little bit. I don't think you'd ever have any problem. I'll say it that way. I don't think you'd ever have a problem with any sort of issue of breakage, but it's just, I wish it were metal. For storage, there's plenty of storage. As I said, it's up to 300 minutes. So you have 100 different save slots, and each one is worth, you can hold 3 minutes, which I think is fabulous. You can basically do an entire song in that and then work back through it. I really, really like it. It is a very versatile pedal, and the menus and the on-screen display make such a huge difference as opposed to other loopers that I've used before. This really helps you figure out where you are and what's going on, and it just allows you a lot of extra freedom. So I'm very, very pleased with it, and I would certainly recommend it if you can get it for the right price. I think the current price is a tad high. I still think it's worth it, even at that price, but I'd be a lot more enthusiastic if it were a little bit cheaper. So anyhow, I hope this has been helpful, and I wish you the very best.